hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
What's good, brother? How's it going, man? How's your week going, man? How's it flowing this week? You seem like you're having a long week, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm tired. To the listeners, man. Honestly, and the viewers too. I got to get better with that, but I'm just tired, man. To be honest with y'all, it's a podcast related event for me every single day. You know, whether it's a clip, an edit, doing a pod. You know, it's just something every day, y'all. On top of the job that I have and a 2-year-old and a wife and all the things that come along with that, you know. And eventually, I'm gonna get into like the week because of the weather and all that in a minute. But it's just, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. You know, we might want to do like 3 episodes a month, man. We trying to do an episode a week, just for the perspective, y'all. Like, we doing an episode a week, trying to put out a clip a day, sometimes 2 clips a day. Those clips take time. Editing the episode take time. Editing, creating the cover, trying to be creative. Some captions, most captions is me. You could tell when I go straight to ChatGPT. I don't like going straight to ChatGPT, but every now and then I do that. You know, just trying to do all those things, man, and still have 250 sellers and mad missions. You know, my seller's on missions today, tomorrow. For point of reference, it's the weekend. It's Saturday, you know. And then come home, 2-year-old and a wife. You know, and I say 2-year-old and a wife because honestly, life is different with just the 2-year-old, and or life is different with just a wife, you know, and it's a dog, you know. So you put all those things together, it's a lot of, like today, me and my wife try to sleep in a little, but I already woke up to go to the gym early because I knew I had to pod, and I didn't want her to feel like she got to wake up every day to baby duties, you know, and which today she did, you know, but I go to work before her. So she got baby duties every day, Monday through Friday. We were snowed in. She was the first person up doing, it's just a lot, man. Honestly, y'all, like I said, I'm tired, y'all. Tired.
Yeah.
I tried to get out of this podcast, to be honest, man, but
did you?
Yeah, I put it in the chat, man. We had a chat. Aaron dropped out of his second podcast in a row, right? So then put in the chat. We put in the chat, and I said, "Yo, is there any topics that like you really want to talk about?" They was like, "Yeah, how our week's been." I'm like, "All right, well, let's do it,
bro.
Man.
Hey, that's crazy, bro. I did not know that, man.
Hey, bro.
Damn.
Same thing happened with me and my XO this week, bro. It was like a snow day and we came to work and something happened. And I told her, I'm like, man, this is why I ain't really think we should be here. You know what I mean? I was like, but I really, the energy I was getting from you and the skipper was like, we should be here. And I was like, I didn't really want to push back on y'all too much after 2 already snow days because I didn't want it to look like I just didn't want to be here, but it's not cool to be here. It's like not safe. She was like, yo, CFC, next time, just tell me. She was like, to be honest with you, I don't want to be here either. You know what I mean? So it's just not safe. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, we had a seller slip. You know, we had another seller fall, like broke her nose, had a concussion. It's just not like safe. You know what I mean? And it, like, if you could, don't be fighting to get back to work, yo. Like, and we're gonna talk about it in a second, Damon. But it's just not safe, bro. You know?
Yeah. It's bad out there, huh, man? Damn, bro. I mean, I see it all. I see it. I know we're gonna get into it in a few minutes, so I ain't gonna get too much ahead of myself. But yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. But back to what you was talking about, you know, your week and being tired, bro. Like, I tell you this, man, and I know this kind of going to trend to like my week a little bit, but I'm starting to take time, bro, and think like for example, man, going to medical and going get myself checked out, just taking some me time, and I have to. And I guess one of my New Year's resolutions was that, man, like I have to do better when it comes to give and take, man, with me and the family and everybody, man. I have to balance that a little bit more. And I know as coming up in the Navy, we want to be this go-getter. We want to do the things we got to do to be successful. But then we lose so much doing that though. You know what I mean? Like we are like we it's a lot, bro. So especially when you start getting older in the game anyway, man, we most definitely got to do a little bit better with the give and take. Cause think about this. If you're thinking like that, man, think about your other half. You know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
yeah,
I was gonna say that your wife, man, or your spouse, or whoever, you know, they not like a role. They're not a role player in this life. You know, they got their own life that they the star of. You know what I mean? They not no role player, bro. And so when you thinking about like life and like just having them subject to like for instance, like my wife, I know she like, there's no way she wants to like wake up and do baby duties every single day. Cause I don't, you know what I mean? So I get it, she a mom, but it's no way. I know she would want that relief. You know what I mean? Like every now and then. So like on a day like today, for instance, that would be the day that I paid her back. But woke up, went to the gym, came home, hung out with her a little bit, was tired. Baby up, the dog up. I was able to feed the dog, but then I had to come down here and pod. You know, tomorrow, some friends invited me out for brunch. I also said I was going to be more intentional about hanging with friends every now and then. So, you know, hey, babe, I got to go get brunch, you know? So hopefully then I got time, and then I still want to go to the gym because with the snow week, with the weather, I ain't been able to go to the gym all week. You know, the one day I did go to the gym, the shit was frozen. The gym was frozen. You know what I mean? So I know you want to hear all about the weather, bro. Before that, I want to let the audience know that we are a week ahead in our recordings. So we a week behind in our releases. And we got to figure out a way to get back current, right? So for instance, for perspective, right? It's January 31st right now. By the time this episode come out, the Grammys would have happened already. The Super Bowl would have happened already. J. Cole album would already be out, you know. Whereas the way we used to record, you would catch us talking about all of those things that same week that it happened. Now, if any of that happens, we're going to be like 2 weeks behind. So we got to find a way to get back synced up. However, when we sync back up, it's still a lot of work. You know, like, so either way, it's still an episode to edit, still artwork to make, still an episode to like put on platforms to be released, still like timing the release, right? Because the episodes come out at midnight. It's like nothing is willy-nilly. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm up this morning, let me throw the episode out. No, it's already preset, pre-timed to release along with all the posts. Everything releases at 12, preset. So like no matter what, but I do. And the only difference between being a week ahead and recording and a week behind and releasing is it takes a little stress off of the weekend, feeling like I got to hurry up and get this episode edited because it's coming out in 2 days type shit. Because we record on Saturdays and we release on Mondays. So for the listen, like in perspective, for the listeners, when we were like up to date and current and like our news along with the week, it was a day between recording and releasing, you know, and it's Sunday at midnight, right? So we will record at a little inside, right? We will record on Saturdays at 11. It was a while ago. We was recording on Thursdays at like 19:30. We've been recently recording on Saturdays because of the job I have. And so now it's record on Saturday. So then that would be now the next part of my Saturday is spent editing and getting shit ready. And if I want clips, you know, it's doing that. So it's and that's coming off a week of work and shit like that. And then maybe it's making clips throughout the week. So it has been taxing. Last year we slacked off a little bit with clips. And that was because of that. And this, like one of my New Year's resolutions was to not slack off with clips. So here we are. You know what I mean? So, I know you want to talk about the weather though, bro. First, let me ask you about the weather in Cali, bro.
Yeah, man. Check this out. The weather is pretty freaking good, man. But I know a lot of people don't know this. It's not in Lemoore. They have this thing called this fog thing going on, man. It's like foggy, right? And bro, you cannot barely see in front of you, bro. I'm not making it. I thought when I got here, I was talking to Jay Montanero about it. He was telling me, yeah, man, it'd be this fog time period, like a month or two with this fog in UK. I said, bro, I done lived in fog before, bro. I mean, I know what fog look like, blah, blah, right? Bro, you cannot see people having accidents and all type of shit, bro, in this fog. Yeah. And it's that thick, bro. It's like you go on the local channel, news channel, bro, and it's like 0.25 visibility, 0 visibility. That's the type of shit that is talking about, man. So in Lemoore, that's one thing, man, right now. I mean, the weather's good, man. It's like highs is like 60 something right now, right?
Yeah.
So it's not bad. The sun been coming. There's been some days where it's been fog, bro, like all day. Like all day fog. So, but other than that, man, I can't complain. I ain't going through the shit you guys going through.
So they not flying during the fog, right?
No, they not flying. So what's been like a lot of the times though, the fog clear up around 1:13, 14, o'clock, and then they may fly in the afternoon a little bit. But morning time, most definitely a no-go.
Yeah. Man, so for me, it started snowing on Sunday. And I think, bro, it's a lot with this snow shit, to be honest with you, bro. But it started snowing like on Sunday, like pretty much right after we did the last week podcast. And it snowed. When I looked out, I was like, oh, it wasn't snowing for a second. I'm like, man, this is Trump. This is good. Then Angelina was like, nah, it's going to start again, man. So it started again. I'm not going to say it's like a lot of snow or it was a lot of snow, but it was freezing temperatures. So the snow turned to ice really fast. So I didn't snow the first day because I wasn't going out there because it seemed like it was snowing for the majority of the day. So I wasn't.
Oh, you say you didn't snow? You say you didn't snow? You mean you didn't shovel?
Yeah, I ain't shovel. Thank you for
you shovel. Okay, yeah.
I appreciate it. Sometimes we say the wrong shit and I listen back on pies and I'll be like, yo, come on, man, somebody please. So I'm glad you did that. But so I put salt on the ground though. I had put some salt on the ground. And I'm like, I'm good with the salt on the ground. I'll be straight. I wasn't. And it stacked up. Boom. So Monday was a day off. Tuesday was a day off. And like everybody was following OPM and all that, right? And like I said, I said it on Facebook. Like I think I posted a post on Facebook and I was like, yo, I love my job. I love what I do. The ability to like be with these sellers and like kind of like navigate like the early stages of their Navy life. I love that. And I was like, on the other hand, I love my family. I also said I spend the majority of my life at work, right? We do Monday through.
Yeah.
And I was like, I spend a little bit of life at home with my family, and the majority of the time I spend with my family, like the majority of the time, if you get a calculator, it's sleeping, right? Sleeping or something that's task related. Like my wife is cooking, or like we don't have a lot of time at night for just family shit. Like I probably talk to like chiefs at my job more than I talk to my wife at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just if you do the and that might sound crazy, but if you do the calculation,
it's facts,
you
bro.
probably do too. You know what I mean? So
that's facts.
So so we get the snow day. I was good with that, but now also it's like, oh man, I got more time to edit the pod. You know what I mean? And for the people, like, I don't want to sound sad and doom and gloom. But so Monday happened, and then Tuesday was a day off. But I could tell Tuesday night, that's when like the phone calls and the like, it's like Navy people feel guilty when they get time off. You know what I mean? Like just guilty. So it's like, yo, well, we gotta get back. We gotta shovel. I'm like, yo, we gotta. And I had shoveled on one of them days. I shoveled, man. I shoveled maybe Tuesday in the morning or something like that. I shoveled my car out. And I left my wife's car in, and I was like, yeah, I'll shovel it later. But when I went out to shovel, bro, it was already iced over, bro. It was already ice. So I'm like, oh shit, it's already ice. So when I'm on the phone now, it's like my XO hit me up. She like, look, this what gotta happen, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh shit, it's time to get it. And then like when I saw like the messages and shit wasn't stopping, I was like, oh, like we trying to go to work. It looks like it's an effort to go to work. But it was like, hey, duty section is going to shuffle. So I called my CO. I'm like, yeah, look, I just want to talk safety. Like how we going to really do this? And I'm like, I didn't call him to say, hey, I don't want to do it. I called him to say, hey, I want to talk safety. So I could like measure his tone, right? I could tell by his tone. He want to do this, right? So, I'm like, all right, cool. So on that Wednesday, I drive out, was like, all right, we on a 2-hour delay. Now, mind you, things are opening back up. We on 2 hours. Like on Tuesday, bro, like the dude from the base like hit me up apologizing because they didn't have me on the call, the weather call. And I'm a little upset that I'm on that, bro. Like, man, let me just, like, somebody go tell me this, man. I ain't trying to build this call with y'all, man. I gets on the call for a little bit. It's like then it's like it's a 1,600 call, bro. Like, I'm laying down trying to take a nap. I'm tired because I ain't been getting that much sleep. I was waking up at like 2:30 to try to get the episode edited before my wife woke up or whatever, y'all. So I get on this 1,600 call, bro. And it's like, it sounds like, and I just did it. I just did an installation my last tour, right? And I remember my CO like pushing and get the snow removed, right? Like, and that's what it sounds like here. It sounds like shit ain't like the people that's removing the snow. They like, yeah, man, we pushing away, we knocking it out, but it ain't really done, And it sounds like they asking for a little bit more time, but nobody want to say that to command. You want to like, you don't want to just be like, yo, just let us get another day. Like you just, you don't, especially when the CO seem like they pushing it. But then this CO, this is the Air Force, man. So Colonel, he didn't sound like my skipper sounded. It sounded like Colonel would have been cool with like, just let me know what button I need to push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then at night, so the stuff start, the communication start. So it's like, all right, I gotta go to work. It's on a delay. So boom, I don't gotta be to work till 10. Again, another day, wake up early, edit the pod from last week. So I ain't gotta edit it, and then I go to work. And it's like, yo, we was only going to work the shovel and do an NJP, and we want to be in that work for a little bit of time. But we went and shoveled. Bro, I came with a gardening shovel, like a pointy edge joint. Bro, I'm like for my look. I told him already. My shovel was ain't nobody had a good shovel, bro, except my shovel, bro. Like, so what? I come out there like, bro. I come out there like Superman, bro. Like Thor, bro. I said, yo, somebody said, hey, CMC, can I use your shovel? I'm like, no, man. Like, this is Thor's hammer, bro. Like, this is my shovel, bro. Like so I'm shoveling, bro. So I'm shoveling for like 25 minutes. And I had, at some point, my car, right? At some point, pulling out my house, my car shut off, right? I'm like, this is just how bad this shit is, right? So, and I called my CO. I'm like, hey, Skipper, look, I just want to tell you that, my car shut off, and I'm gonna let you know if I have any issues. He's like, yeah, that's cool. I just pulled up. So I'm like, all right, here I come. You gotta be on my way, right? So I get there, and I'm shoveling for like 30, 35 minutes, bro, chipping away at it. I go see Skipper because I'm like, well, let me go see him, say hi. He's like, oh, you made it. I was like, I've been here, man. You know what I mean? You gotta let him know. Like, I ain't make it just now. Like, I've been out there. You need your you need your credibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not late, bro. Like, I've been out there. So, but I'm shoveling, bro. I was shoveling like a fucking madman, bro. I'm trying to get this shit done. We get out there. I'm like, what's the mission? What's the purpose? Boom, young sellers out there, some of them ain't dressed the way you want them to be dressed. Shit, gotta, put this on, put that on, boom. I don't get cold. Like, yo, come on, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
ain't no tough guy shit, bro.
So I got the pointy shovel. I'm kicking ass out there. And then my ops came up. He like, hey, we need to make this thing 2 lanes and shit like, a 20-foot walk. I'm like, damn. So now I'm really killing. So I get all that shit shoveled. We out there, we're shoveling probably for like 2 hours or something like that. Shovel, we do an NJP, we do some other stuff. I go home, bro. And now, mind you, I got the shovel bug, I guess. Plus, I'm taking ashwagandha, right? So I'm taking ashwagandha. One of my sellers at the command, she was talking about, yo, this ashwagandha, like, I don't really be emotional no more. It got me. And I remember when I took ashwagandha before.
What is this? What is this?
It's a like a pill. It's a vitamin.
Okay.
You know, it helped with your focus and all that. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna start taking some ashwagandha again. So I get home, bro. Angeline car snowed in, and I go, and I'm home. It's like 4:00, 1600. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna shovel your car out, yo. She like, nah, like it's cool, like also like, yo, you doing too much type shit. Like, yo, just relax. Like, I shovel her car out. The whole shit, bro. I shovel her car out. And then, like, she did, I'm like, yo, look on, you know, you on your man shit. I'm like, yo, look on the ring, yo. Look on the ring camera, man. See what it is. She never looked. Till later, she had to go outside, and then she came back in. She was like, damn, you did all that? I'm like, yeah, you know, like, I did all that. Like,
let's go.
Right. Yo, bro. So that shit was cool. There's a couple other things about it. So then we go back to work. So we go to work on, I think so the next day, you know, that's when me and my XO had the conversation, and we kind of got a good clarity about what we would do the next time something like this happens, and the conversations we will have the next time something like this happens, and we on the same page. But I go home that day, right? So one of my sellers got hurt that day, right? I go home that day. One of my sellers called me explaining that they ain't feel like the seller got the right amount of support, which happened to be wrong. And, you know, we wound up working that out later. But at the same time, I'm on the phone with them, bro. I get stuck outside of my house in the snow. My car gets stuck, bro. And it's cold as shit, bro. It's like 14 degrees out. You know what I mean? And I knew it was cold. Because one of them days I went to the gym. And hey, for the listeners, sorry if it's a long-winded story. One of them days I went to the gym. It was so fucking cold out, bro. And they ain't shoveled to get up to the gym. My legs was freezing just to get, because it was like 8 degrees. So my legs was freezing just to get out to the gym. It's 11 degrees right now, like right now. And it feels like 5, right? So my legs was freezing. I go to the gym, bro. What I forgot? My headphones. Normally, I just run out to the car. The gym empty. Normally, I just run out to the car, grab the headphones. I'm like, I'm just working out without headphones today. So then I'm like, well, let me warm up on a basketball court. I'm shooting a ball and my hands are numb because it's cold in the gym. I'm like, man, this is my first workout of the week. Bro, I wound up leaving the gym, bro. It was just that fucking cold. I'm like, I'll just get to work early. All right. Now, fast forward back to me getting home and I'm stuck in the fucking, so I'm stuck in a thing. Here's more context. I got a neighbor, bro, the only neighbor I really talk to like that. And he's a very helpful dude. And I was telling myself when it started snowing, because last year he gave me salt. And I just finished off the salt this year, right? So that was the value of the salt. It was a big ass bag, bro. Like I was just throwing salt places just to get the bag. But I'm like, yo, I gotta hit him up. His name Dex. I was like, I gotta hit Dex up, man, just to say hi. Like I feel like it's been a while. We went to his daughter's birthday, but I'm not like a reach out dude like that. Like he's a good neighbor. I know he's a good neighbor. I fuck with him. If he have something, I go. If I have something, I'll tell him come over, whatever like that. But it's been a while since I heard from him. But now I'm stuck in this damn snow and ice. There's nobody to call but Dex. I called Angeline first. She like, well, let me put Amari like so she could watch TV. But now she about to come help me. But we also have a 2-year-old. And Dex got a little girl too. She like almost 3. Dex comes, bro. So now I gotta make a little bit of small talk with him, like, like, yo, bro, like you ain't moved yet. Like it's obvious he ain't moved. He's still like he there, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he talking. I can tell he probably like, man, it's bad. Like need me for something. You know what I mean? So now we shoveling the snow out, bro. I fell, bro, on the ice. I fell on the ice, bro. It was so much ice. Like he fell on the ice. Same day, right? I find out the next day, same day, 2 of my sellers got stuck on a highway somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's just, so all of that just further reinforced my point. Like, yo, it's just no reason to come. Like, it's just no fucking reason to be here. But the thing is with us, we had to shovel because we got sellers that go on to Arlington to funerals and they ain't fucking canceling the funerals, bro. Arlington ain't canceling a funeral, so even on the snow days, my sellers had to go to them funerals. So we wanted to at least, so that was Skipper's big thing is like, hey, I want to at least shovel out a path so that our sellers are safe when they go to the vans. Oh, more random news. Right after we shovel, like, so, they had us on like a low priority for the snowplow dudes. Right after we shoveled, the snowplow dudes came. Yo, we here. No, mind you, they ain't shoveled what we shoveled. They shoveled out parking spaces and stuff like that. So, boom, but that would have helped us with the vans, right? That would have helped us with the vans that was going to the National Cemetery. So, car got stuck. Wound up finally getting the car out, man, and got home. So I'm operating. So that's another thing too. Like that day that I shoveled for like 4 to 6 hours was crazy. And then the day before that I had shoveled, or before that, I'm confused. But I'm operating off like 4 hours of sleep, man. Our house, the temperature don't really regulate as great as I want it to be. And the last thing I gotta say about snow, so I can shut my ass up. I saw on the news when I was in the gym today that the mayor asked the National Guard to help shovel. And they got like videos of
Boy, National Guard probably hot. They said, I ain't there for that, Damo. We ain't here to be snowing. Be out here shoveling snow, man.
The boys tight, bro. They like laughing at each other. You can tell they trying to, in the military, when you doing something that sucks and you just trying to like have a good time with it, they out there laughing like, yo, what you call it? That's a shovel for. Where your workers? That's another thing, bro, about the city. This DC area, PG County area is like, and I know we got some listeners from the DMV or whatever, or that work in the DMV right now, and they probably could relate. The efforts to remove the snow and ice were bad. They fucking sucked, bro. They sucked. The efforts to remove it, like people were like snowed in, So like my wife ain't go to work, but one day she went to work on Friday. But people were snowed in their neighborhoods, bro. You got the main road, but people got to come off the neighborhood street to get to the main. It was really bad. They wound up plowing my block. You know when they plowed my block, bro?
Man.
The morning after I was stuck, bro. The morning after. The next day. And then they when they plowed, it make like the snow hill, right?
Yeah.
So since they plowed my block the morning after I was stuck, and remember my driveway was already shoveled, like clear. But when they plow, now they got snow hills in front of my car. So now I got to shovel that shit out. You know what I mean? No. And they ain't even taking into account like, yo, this dude's house is shoveled. Like, so I had to shovel that out before I went to work. Bro, it looked like Antarctica outside the house because the ice, everything iced over, bro. Well, iced at the bottom. So when you shoveling ain't that hard because isn't like you're not shoveling snow, you shoveling ice. So like, soon as you could get a good crack on the ice, you might really pick up a big ass block of ice, like a big chip of ice, and move it. So it ain't that hard as like you just shoveling a powdery substance. Like, as soon as you crack the ice, you good. So as much as I like want to act like Superman, it wasn't as bad as if I was only shoveling snow.
Yeah, man, that's the whole point of that salt though. So it don't ice over and stuff. When it start icing up, bro, it's a problem then, boy.
Yeah.
That's the problem coming in.
Yeah, and I think what the salt did was made it so the ice didn't stick to the ground, right?
Exactly.
So what it did was, soon as you get a good kind of like a good piece up under there, like a good piece of your shovel up under there, and you lift up, you could crack that bitch. Like crack, and you good. If I wouldn't have put the salt down, though, I feel like then I'm scraping ice, from the ground. It was like a little layer.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm glad you gave me a perspective, man, because I'm seeing it on the news, man. And my family down in like Georgia, I got some people in Georgia and stuff like that. I hear them talking, about weather and this and that. Man, now you about to get it again, I think, right? Then they said something about you about to get another front, another something coming in.
Man, they saying it might not hit us like that. Like, so...
I hope not, bro.
I mean, it's bittersweet, right? Because you do get your snow day. You get your snow day.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, in the Navy, people start feeling guilty. Like, oh man, we still gotta You got it. We got to pull them laptops out, bro. like you gotta,
that's it.
Start doing shit.
That's it, bro. Hey, pull the laptops out, bro. Like physically coming in. Sometimes, like even for me right now, man. I don't know about you. No, probably not you, but for me, a lot of my work anyway is communicating on my phone, communicating through the computer. You know what I mean? Like, only thing I'm not doing is walking around seeing sailors and talking to sailors. But other than that, a lot of my stuff. So if something comes up, man, we gotta do what we gotta do, man. Like, shit.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the key. I think that's the key thing in the role, though, too, is like getting out there with the sailors and shit like that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I know at your job, though, sometimes you don't see sailors, right? Like,
no, I mean, I'm in the hangar, but I say my office is upstairs though, and kind of all the sailors like work downstairs, but I walk down there though.
Oh, so I know you said they be flying and doing all that, but it's never a time that it's never like a time when it's a ghost town. Pretty much, you always got.
No. Yeah. No, it's not a ghost town. No. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That weather shit, man.
Yeah. I got a rebuttal from our last episode. So on our last episode, we talked about fraternization. It's not necessarily a rebuttal. It's just an add-on to something that I was saying. So I never really, I just said like I don't really have an opinion on it. But one of the things that does hit me, and when I was listening to the episode, now mind you, for the listener, the episode ain't even out yet. So, but when I was listening to the episode, well, it'll be out when you hear this, but the episode ain't out at the time that we talking. I was talking about frat and how some people disagree with the policy, right? I wasn't saying I did or not, right? I said I ain't saying if I do or not, but some people do. One of the things that I do acknowledge is power dynamics, though. I do acknowledge power dynamics, and this all comes from me listening to another podcast, and they were talking about like this dude offered this lady $3 million to leave her husband, like an indecent proposal type thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, well, it's on her, it's on her, it's on her. Where it's probably on her, but it's a power dynamics thing in there, the same way you would look at a boss and a subordinate in a relationship, in my opinion, right? And he was her boss in that relationship. And then power dynamics play a big part, even in frat. So like, man, you might look a little better to your sailor. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing with the frat. Like, you in that leadership role, you standing in front of your team at quarters or whatever, you might look a little better to that person than you did when you were standing on the side of people or whatever like that, because of the influence that comes with that power. People look at you a little different. They might be a little bit more admirable. So those things do play, like, in my opinion, a negative part when it comes to frat, especially like when I ain't saying you met somebody at the club and then you found out that y'all was at the same command, and like before you checked in or something, you found out y'all was at the same command in the same division. I'm talking about if you've been somewhere for a year and you as a leader had your eye on somebody and you was a little charming, or even if they started to like move on to you or whatever, it's some power dynamics that you got to consider. Like, would you be doing this if I wasn't your chief? Or would you be doing this if I wasn't your LPO? Now, mind you, I'm putting aside right now on policy. I'm just talking about real life, right? Policy is policy. We got to abide by that, right? But you need to think, we have to think about power dynamics too, because they play a part, and it's a nasty part, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, and man, it's always something too, man. But I tell you, man, I think also though, with the whole frat and the policies and everything, man, like it comes a time when you could be thinking stuff all the time, bro. That don't mean you gotta act. You know what I'm saying? But in order for it to be something, somebody got to act. Yeah. I guarantee you, if we went back and can get some numbers on who was doing the acting, I just want to know who the hell that is, man. Yeah. Who the one that's making the decision to say, hey, what's up? Hey, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I like to know who that is. You think it'll be 50-50, Damo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard stories from both sides, bro. And right now I'm talking senior subordinate specifically like chiefs and junior sellers.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I haven't heard like a cesspool of stories, right? Like all is running rampant, right? You know what I mean? But like, I have heard like young women, or seen it on TikTok or something, where like young women talk about like chiefs hollering at them, you know. And then I heard like with chiefs saying like the young ladies hollering at, and that's just from that perspective. There's other perspectives too. It's like other women that might have different perspectives than me, or people that might heard it different from me. But I think it's closer. It might not be 50-50, but I think it's closer to 50-50 than we think. You know, even when I remember when I was on my ship, man, my ship as a junior seller, it was a lady chief on there. And she was pretty, man. This is my first command. She was pretty. I mean, we was trying to like, I remember we had like a command party, and like we was like drinking and stuff. We trying to dance with her, bro. Like, get with her and shit, bro. Like, she was bad, you know, junior sellers. Like, we was trying to, you know, like, yo, I'm going to dance with Chief, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is, bro. Like, people do that. They see somebody they like or something, and they try it.
They try. Yeah,
they try it, man. And they things that, of course, as leaders, we got to find ways to deal with it. I had a conversation with a lot of young men at my command about what I said I was going to talk to them about in the last episode. We talked about like healthy dating habits and stuff. And I saw some of their perspective. I ain't agree, but I saw it and I was like, yeah, this, and everything they were saying, I'm like, this is why we need to have these conversations, y'all.
Yeah.
Because basically I was introducing it to them like, hey, we going to start doing this and doing that. And just in introducing it, like the room erupted with like thoughts, right? And then like one of the thoughts, for instance, like, well, what if she promiscuous? And what if she, you know, and I'm like, this why we need to talk, you know? I'm like, this why we need to learn healthy dating habits and shit. And I urge any leader, if you haven't done it, man, to get together with, you know, the young boys at your command or whatever, and like spark that conversation out, man, and see what it is. You know, and it happened to me kind of twice this week. Another way I don't want to explain because it's a little closer to the chest, but it had to do with that too, and just asking some questions and hearing how like my male sellers felt about a young lady that's not at my command, but just hearing what they had to say versus what she had to say, and it was on two opposite ends of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and it's like, all right, yeah, this is why we need to talk healthy dating habits for real.
Yeah, 100.
Speaking on relationships, at this level, right? And this ain't for the listeners, man. We just here, man. Well, you know, we just happen to be here today, man. But at the level you're at now, right? And I think it helps even for junior sellers. How important is collaboration in relationships? Is it like the most important tool to have in the toolbox?
I think it's most definitely one of them, Damo. I won't say it's the most important but I'm gonna tell you why I think it's very important. And it's because the relationship piece and the collaboration piece, man, it makes you feel like you belong. It makes you feel valued, and it makes you also feel like it's something that you can go talk about. Right? I think that's the key to a key to leadership, key to a lot of things, man, is relationships.
Yeah.
You know, the collab piece kind of plays its own part too, because you're with somebody, you're talking about something, you have the common goal, you're trying to get to a certain point. But the relationship piece, man, is like when I go in a room and we are talking about something and we having a good relationship, you're going to feel like you can bring it up instead of hold it back, or try to go around ways of saying it instead of saying it. You know, a lot of those things happen when you got good relationships and a good collab. And and then when you back to how both of those work together with me is now, you know, when you're putting out some good stuff, right? And you know, we want to put out some good stuff. So that's like me and you talking about something and you like, I have to ask him this question because I know where we are trying to go.
Yeah.
If I don't ask this question here, we're not going to get to the result that I think we should be at. But those good relationships and good collabs of working together going to make you more comfortable with asking that question that you want to ask to make sure we get to a common goal. I hope I wasn't going in riddles right there, but I just think that it is very important, Damo. But the only reason why I'm saying it's not the number one thing is because I'm sure I can sit here and think of some stuff, that could be equal to or maybe a little bit better. But I do think relationships and collaborations is right there though, at the top.
What can you think of? And I mean, at your level, what can you think? What could you think of that's more important than relationship?
I think the only thing I can think about sometimes, Damo, is sometimes you need that subject matter expert to be an expert in whatever field it is.
At your level. For you.
Okay.
You like, for you to be the SME, that's the most important tool in your toolbox?
No. I guess you put it like that, though. That made me think a little bit harder now. I think with me, in my level, and even a triad level, relationships, that's probably is number one, bro. Right? Because I think it's up there, bro. I think it is up there. When you think about it like that. I'm thinking about when you was talking about it and you brought it up, I'm thinking about a whole Navy thing, like, a Navy thing. But yeah, at my level, man, you most definitely need relationships. That's why we always do a lot of, and for all the CMCs and all the triads and things like that, mostly all events that I go to and I end up going to, at the end of that event, it say something about either a social event, so you can like collaborate and talk to people and get relationships. What they call it, that you can, what word I'm looking for, man? Networking and things like that. That's what we do a lot of now at this level, right? We get together, we have some social events, we talk about things, especially if you're in the same field, you want to talk about some stuff that you done went through and how you did this and how you did that. So yeah, I think those relationships matters, and the collabs matter a lot, man. So yeah, I put it up there.
Yeah, I'm super young in this, man, in a lot of different ways. But I would assume that there's no command master chief out there that didn't have a moment where they were looked at like they fucking saved the world, and really they just knew the person, knew somebody, like they had a friend. Like, so that's been happening to me more recently, where it's like, yo, thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like, nah, I know the dude, man. I know the dude that worked there. Like, so, it's my boy, like recently I was hoping Aaron was on the phone, because Aaron just helped me me and Aaron just collaborated on like taking care of one of my sellers. And it was just, hey, man, let me call Aaron real quick. We could get this done. It's like, damn, CMC, you worked that out. It's like, just call Aaron. That's the homie. I mean? We figured out something, and and at the level, man, like it happens, like, because officers have from what I know, and I don't think it's foolproof, but I think it's a little bit more politics in the world of officers when it comes. That's kind of what I hear from officers. Is like, hey, CMC, can you just make the CMC call? Because I think sometimes it's a different world when it comes to officers, and they still got a lot of ranks. Like, you still got admirals. Still more and more you got to deal with when it comes to that. So yeah, I definitely think collaboration and relationships at this stage is important. But now I would stress to the young sellers who look at like subject matter expertise and all that, and I don't think that beats that. But I would tell y'all early, because a lot of us, when we young, we'd be like, man, we don't need nobody. Boom, 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 I'll tell y'all now, even before you get to the Chiefs mess, work on your relationships with people. Work on your relationships. That was one of the things that people was telling me I needed to do to become a CMC. Back when I was a first class. They're like, you want to be a chief, you want to be a CMC, you better have good relationships with people. And it ain't about playing a game type shit or nothing like that. Like, establish some good relationships. Like, when you meet cool people, when you meet good people, don't let them go. And pretty much what it is. Don't let them go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then talk about the relationship and collabs and stuff, man. I envy some of these CMCs and whoever out there, man. On like, I be seeing them hang out together on social media, and I was like, damn, Like, I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere out here, man. You know what I mean? I be seeing some good people get some good leaders. I be seeing them out together, man. I'm thinking out there, man, that's iron sharpening iron out there, man. That's what I be thinking, man. It's some good stuff going on. So I like it, man. It's good. Like that.
Man, a 5-minute phone call could get it done. You know? That's all relationship based, bro. A 5-minute phone call could get this shit done. And shout out to everybody that helps me out. Everybody that come and people, one of my people was talking to me. They're like, yo, how you know all these people, CMC? I'm like, man, they be helping me out, man. I appreciate them all, man. Like they come through, they help, and whatever they need from me, I got them, Normally they don't really need much. Bro. They like my neighbor, man. Like normally they don't need much from me, but I be needing them though. So, and I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Most definitely, man.
Another random Navy kind of question that I was also wishing that Aaron was here for, because he's an OS. He was an OS, and me and you were both snipes, but our opinions might vary on this. But what's your version of a perfect work center, right? And I'm talking about personalities only, right? Not nothing else but personalities, right? 7 people, right? So your Divo, your Chief, your LPO, your Work Center Soup, your RPPO, and then two I don't want to say worker bees, right? So 2 apprentices, right? So Divo, Chief, LPO, Work Center Soup, RPPO, 2 apprentices in the Work Center. What type of personalities would you want them to have a full, like an efficient work center? Like Chief need to be like what? First class need to be like what? What's the person?
Well, I think from a personality standpoint and everything, man, I think a perfect work center will be from the leadership, meaning the Divo or the Chief. They're empowering, right? I think that I want them to know the answers, but be able to empower. Right? I want the LPOs.
Divo and Chief, 2 different people though, bro.
Well, they are 2 different people, right? And they working together. So from a standpoint, I'm going to start at the Chief level. I think that when I say empowering, more of the Chief. Empowering, know what you're doing, things like that, but Chief empowering, right? And then I want the Chief to be able to lean and make sure that the respect, making sure the Divo doing the things they need to do, making sure the Divo is being respected. A lot of times that can be confusing to make sure they're being respected. They're doing the things that they need to do to be successful and moving up that ladder. Believe it or not, man, when you're in a divisions, from a division standpoint, man, that Chief does a lot. Even though that Divo may can stand up there and be like, okay, he or she the one, but at the same time, that Chief moves a lot right there. When it comes to the LPO, man, I need that LPO in a work center to be cool, calm, and collective, man. I don't need nobody blowing off the handles all the time. Mm-hmm. I need you to be firm when you need to be firm. But I need you to be cool, calm, and collective, man. I need you to know your job, right? I need you to be able to forecast out, look a little bit further than the Work Center Soup can. I get the Work Center Soup in a few minutes. But I need that LPO to be forecasting, looking out, asking the Work Center Soup questions. Do you have this? Do you have that? We got this coming up. We got that coming up, forecasting. From a Work Center Soup standpoint, I need them to be, I need them to have a mindset of a go-getter. I want to be the best mindset at this level. Yeah. I want these young, I know I'm young in leadership, so I want these young sailors to look up to me, and I want to grow. I want to know, like I want to be a sponge. You know, I want to know much as I can. So, and have the mindset to think like I want to know this because I want my sailors to come to me and say, hey, why is this like this? And why is this like that? And I could be able to answer those questions or try to answer those questions or know where to go find the answer to those questions or know when to talk to the LPO. Now, also what that is, the biggest thing from a Work Center Soup and an LPO is that I need them to be able to plan and I need them to be able to be prepared, right? Mm-hmm. And the only reason, and I'm saying that to say this, I know junior sailors want to work. But if they're sitting around all day, I always thought they are sitting around not doing anything because they don't have anything to do or they have not been told what they need to do for that day. That's why they sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I need that works in a soup to have a plan for each sailor, what they doing, how they doing it. And then just always from the LPO and also from the works in a soup, always thinking about development too, right? How we're developing these junior sailors, especially with now how we doing things with BBA, man. You got to be invested in these sailors, right? We have to be invested in everything because they're going to be your peers or shit might be lead you one day. Shit, who knows?
Yeah.
And then for the junior sailors, man, just be a sponge and be ready to work. I just need you to have a good attitude, ready to work every day because, and Damo, I'm going to bring this up about the junior sailors, man, real quick because I had a CPO leadership discussion and I talked to junior sailors and one of the junior sailors told me some of his peers' mentality is they didn't want to get certain quals and they didn't want to get certain things because they'll be the go-to then.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want those junior sailors to be the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to want to be the go-to. I want them to try to get the highest quals they can. I want them to try to plan and execute on how they're going to get there though. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's ways to get there. And I want them to plan and know, okay, this is how I'm going to get to this level. So having a good attitude goes a long ways with that too. But I do know once the work center supervisor give them that plan, man, I think the attitude, all that stuff matters, man. Like people don't understand that what that leadership does from the LPO and the work center soup, it matters to those junior sailors.
Yeah.
The attitude that works in a soup has and on his day-to-day on how he get business done is going to reflect on how those junior sailors going to get their work done. Because we just came in, Damo. They just know what they know.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Damo, that was me going through it. I want to say one more thing. We cannot dictate what they're going to know outside that work center, though. Because that's another variable. That's another thing that's a dynamic in this whole relationship thing too. I know we ain't talking about that though, but the outside noise is another thing also.
What you talk about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean by outside noise, meaning like when they go to the barracks, when they go home, when they hanging out with their friends that may not have that same attitude that they had.
Okay,
that go get it attitude or whatever. That's going to play a part because of peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer stuff is crazy. Yeah. Right? You know, so I just want to throw that out there too.
Yeah. So Divo, right? I need a firm Divo. Like I need a Divo that's not afraid to like step in sometime. Right? Like when Chief is on a soapbox or I need a Divo. First of all, the Chief and Divo, I need them lockstep, right? Anyway, right? Mm-hmm. But I need a Divo. And I'm talking as the eyes like that I'm the Chief. I'm talking through the eyes that I'm the Chief, right? But I need the Divo firm in that. Like I remember, you know, times where like I was on the carrier and people be like, well, Divo told me this, whatever. I'm like, yeah, she right. She was right. Yeah, you know, I got her. Like I'm 100% behind her. You know what I mean? But Divo, like so that's one thing, and because Divo and Chief more than anybody else in that division is probably going to be in and out of that division, right? Like doing different things. Divo we talk about we on a destroyer, cruiser, or whatever. Divo working on a swole or whatever, right? If we talk about first tour, whatever, or with anything, they stand in some type of watches. They doing something else, right? Standing on the bridge, standing in combat. So Divo also has to be smart. You know, gotta be smart and like when I talk about smart, I'm not talking about like what you like capacity of what you know. I'm talking about like the rate at which you can learn, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm always impressed by officers. I'm gonna give a shout out to officers real quick. The good ones. I'm always impressed. Like it take me a long time to learn shit, bro. Like a long time. I gotta write the entire tech manual down, right, word for word. Then I gotta create index cards. Then I gotta like record it on a voice recorder. Like like officers, they leave one day and come back and they just know
yeah,
shit, and that's the type of officer that I need, and I really, some officer, if you're listening, please, I'm trying to learn how to do that. So tell me, right? So that's the type of officer I need, like that, but still firm. And when your chief snap or whatever, it walk out with the chief. You know what I mean? I need the chief to be an owner. I need the chief to be an owner, man. You gotta own everything in that division. You gotta own everything. Every activity, every event, you gotta so that means your presence need to be felt in and throughout that division. And I say that because I already said Divo and Chief ain't gonna be there as much as everybody else due to other commitments, right? Mm-hmm. So in owning it, your people now know, like, hey, this is ours, And you gotta feel like that, and your people gotta feel like you represent them everywhere you go, and they gotta feel like they represent you everywhere they go, and y'all represent that division. So I also need Chief to be a little proud. I need Chief to be proud. I don't want no unmotivated, don't want to be here, not proud Chief. Like, this is your work, Like, this is your work. This is and all of it's your work. You might be getting a young person that's 18, fresh out of high school. You got some work to put in, man. Like, you raising up a really good seller. You want that person to be the best that they could be. You got to be the best that you could be. You got to own that shit. So that's kind of what I need out of a chief. I feel like you do that, everything else comes with it, right? You're going to jump in the books when you're supposed to. You're going to say no to the extracurricular shit when you have to do things with your sellers. You're going to put your sellers where they need to be, and you're going to be where you need to be when you know you need to be there if you own your shit. Right. My LPO, I need them versatile. Right. I need them, him or her. I need them versatile. I would even say a little bit of a mama bear at times, or a papa bear, whatever you want to call it. Like, somebody that's going to put their sellers under their wing. I need that person that when they find out that they seller getting fucked over on getting boards in their watch section, I need that person to go down and talk to whoever that EDO is, or whoever, hey, what's going on? Or whoever that first class in the duty section is, hey, what's going on with my people? But I also need that person to care about training, right? And I also need that person to care about having a footprint on other junior sellers in the command, not just the sellers in your division. So I need you versatile. I need you able to speak in places where Chief ain't, I done dealt with that before too, as a chief of a collateral duty thing before, where it's first class then went in there and, talk all this presidential shit with everybody else. But we get up in there with the triad, man, stuttering, you know what I mean? I gotta step in, you looking at me. You done told me you wanted to run this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need you,
yeah.
I need a first class to want it, want it. I need a first class to think that they better than the chief. That's the type of first class I need to be yo, better than you, man. But also respect that chief. Just try to outwork me every day. Just try to out everything me. Try to out care me, right? It works in the suit, bro. I need a dog. I need a fucking dog, bro. I need a pit bull, bro. A fucking, what is it? A black bear? Is it that brown? Whatever one, right? A grizzly bear, bro. Yeah. I need a works in a suit that's on it, right? That's the thing. And I'm talking about second class too, right? That's what kind of going with the perfect system, right? So I'm talking about second class. That works in a suit, man. Got everything in check. I need to work. I need to have one of them scenarios where you come to me. You ever had where your kid do something in school, somebody hit them and they hit them back, and then you go up to school, you tell your kid hey man, keep your hands off people, but really you yeah, man. That's the type of work in the soup I need, man. I need people to be we were only lunch was only over for 5 minutes, and EM2 came in there and he told us to get the fuck back to work, And then it was damn, for real, I'm gonna go talk to EM2, and I need to be yo, EM2, maybe lay off the profanity, but good job,
Yeah,
back out there to work. That's the type of works in the suit I need, man. Yeah. Don't be afraid.
And respect it though. You know what I mean? All that hard, but and respect it though. Yeah.
Tech expert. Know how to do the work, right? Know how to do the work. I need a proactive RPPO, man. I need a proactive RPPO. Get ahead of the game. Get ahead of the game. RPPO is an important role to me on a ship. I was the RPPO and I thought I was the greatest. I thought I was hey, for the junior seller, I'll tell y'all what, man. Like,
me too.
Yeah, CMC stuff, I'm still learning. You know, I'm still learning. I'm humble here. But I thought I was the greatest RPPO in the game, bro. Yeah. There wasn't no part I couldn't get. Wasn't no part. I went to the carrier, bro. Chiefs was ordering the wrong shit. You know what I mean? It's different. It was a different game. I was a third class RPPO, bro. It's nothing I couldn't get. What you need? What do you need, man? You know, that's the type of, and proactive too. Like, oh yeah, well, they ain't have it here, so I already did this. We could do open, like, yo, like, yes, I'm not probing you. The worst thing about, to me, the career, or the thing I don't like to have to do is keep asking people for things, right? More than one time, right? So I need that proactive RP. My junior sellers, hungry. What's up, Damon?
No, I want to holler about that RPPO thing real quick, man. Hey, you know how much shit I learned in the Navy, how it works being an RPPO, man?
Bro.
I'm here to tell you, man, that the insides of when I became a works in a soup and the things I knew as a works in a soup, a lot of that stuff came from an RPPO. The job-wise, we know as a works in a soup, we know as a damage control. I know how to be a damage controller, right? I've been doing it. But that RPPO side of that shit, I became hell when I was RPPO, man. I became hell.
I don't really like it when my works in a suit wasn't a RPPO, bro. Like, it's just, to me, like the natural progress. I get it if you works in a suit, and you're hungry enough to learn RPPO shit. Because again, I need everybody in the division to be able to order some parts. You know, when I don't need you to be stuck with. That was another thing with the carrier. It was like only certain people knew how to order parts and shit. Or when you need a tech man, you had to go to this up to the fucking 07 floor or whatever. Like, it's like, yo, like, where are tech babies at, man? You had to go to the tech room and all that. But yeah, I need my and like I said, junior sellers, hungry, bro. Mm-hmm. Hungry. It's kind of akin to what you were saying, like the whole, like, I don't want to do this because it is. Nah. Where is that? Where is it at? I want to do it. Give me more. What's next? What's next? What's next? Like, I don't want you to want to be at work ever. Like, that's the type of junior sellout that I want. I don't want you to want to be at work ever. But in not wanting to be at work, I don't want you to not want to be at work and then be at work and don't do shit. Like, when I was a junior seller, bro, and I guess I'm reliving my glory days, I never want. It's like that day when I was shoveling, bro. I ain't want to shovel. So you know what I did? I shoveled my ass off so we be done. You know, and that's the type of junior seller I need, bro. Like, and now we just talk about apprentices, right? Study up, do your shit, right? Know your shit. Step up, do things when you get called for. Don't be afraid to make the mistake. Don't be afraid to do the thing and work so you can leave. Get your shit done. You know, don't sit around and wait and all that. Get your shit done. Get up out of there. You know, fuck around with your friends at lunch and somewhere off the ship. You know, that used to be, you know, the thing too. I had friends. We hung out around the barracks and did all that dumb shit. But at work, yo, we bullshit at work sometimes, but at work, it's full steam ahead, bro. Like, we getting this shit done. Yeah. And that's kind of how I would want it to work out, bro.
Yeah, that's good, bro. You broke it down a whole lot more than I did. But I will say this, man. Back this RPPO, you got to be pumped up on this RPPO shit, man. Yeah. The other thing is, man, about the RPPO is when I was doing it in the beginning, I had my notebook out, right? And I wrote everything was written out by hand. I went in there and I freaking had my ruler out. I was marking everything down. I was separating everything by part. I was doing everything, right? Then somebody gonna come down there and fucking supply and tell me, oh, you know, you can just print this out from the thing. Just print everything out.
Yeah,
nah,
the law.
I don't want to print everything out, man. I feel like I learned so much by writing shit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to do all that because now you can go in there now and just print it and you good. You can make your whole RPPO log by just printing the shit out. You just print out right? Yeah.
I came up in that era, but I still was a dog, bro.
Yeah, I came up. I was writing everything down, bro. I highlighted, written down, freaking, and then I kept my notebook, and bro, Chief would come through there. What about this? Bloop. I had this shit out. Boom. Hitting them with it. Toot, 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 toot. Man, that was some prideful shit. I was proud. I had a lot of pride in that shit, bro.
Don't even try. Like, yo, we need parts. like, yo, I'm on it, bro. Don't even try it, bro. Works in the super be trying. Nah, I got it. Like, we do it, man. Like, and then, and you always get a little scared to do something when you first start. I get it, y'all, but you got to learn. You know, don't be afraid to do something you feel like you're not 100% on. You're going to learn it. Just keep trying to do it. And then for whoever listening, this conversation wasn't about all the empathetic shit, right? It was just about the personalities who you want to. If you know me, you know the empathy part is led with that anyway, right? So that's like, we don't got to talk about it every single time we talk. If you don't know us, then sucks. Yeah. You know, like if you sorry, but you know, I don't got to talk about the empathetic, you know, human aspect every single conversation we have. We know that's there already. I need my second class of fucking dog.
Yeah. and then also to add to that too, man, like to all the leaders that's letting your junior sailors F up sometime and correct them. You know what I mean? That's how we learn, man. We learn from making mistakes, man. They're not like failures. They lessons, man. Like when I came up, man, even for like we were talking about RPPO earlier, like writing jobs, man, I was jacking those jobs up in the beginning. Yeah. Right? But it was somebody there to say, hey, you jack this up. This is how you supposed to do it. So we need those leaders out there and saying, hey, yeah, you got this one, man. Hey, you can't keep jacking this up, though. You know what I mean? But here you go.
Yeah. And that's what I like about the engineering department watches, the underway watches. Because it's like I would compare it to a sports team where like there's different people in different positions. But everybody can see the position you play. You know, you know it's a strong EOW. You know it's a weak EOW. You know it's whatever. I would say on the destroyer, I don't know that I was the strongest EOW. I had a strong pack. You know, people know what to do with the people, where to put them. You know what I'm saying? So you know that. You know, and I would have asked for a strong pack. Yo, let me get a strong pack. You know,
bro. I asked for a strong pack and a strong MC, bro. I wanted strong. Hey, both of them. I tell them like this, man. This is what it is, man. I said this is not my source rate. I'm telling you right now. But if my pack and my FC can give me the sips, if they can give me the symptoms, I got you. Right? Because I can go there. I ain't scared of the 1MC, bro. I ain't scared to get on there and I know what to do. Right? But if I'm not going to look, bro, I am not going to be that guy. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am not going to be the guy that you need. You think I'm going to go over there and walk over there to the pack and say, I see that. Oh, I see this happening. Go into the MC, yeah, I see that happening. No, I need somebody to give me them symptoms, bro. Give me the symptoms. Let me know what's going on. And I got you, bro. I'm over there with MC. I'm telling who I need to know. I got all that. But I'm not that guy. And I'm saying this because, bro, these GSs and engineers and electricians and all them, bro, you guys can walk over there because this is what you do every day, right? Yeah. A lot of like you on the FC console, Damo, like that's your shit. You know what to do when you walk over there. You know what's up. The GSMs and stuff on the pack. They look over at them numbers and throw them numbers off. Yeah. You know what's going on. Me, nah, bro. I need them symptoms, man. I'll be real, bro.
Sign of security, man. Hey, man. Go see if it's flooding down there, man.
Hey,
go tap the watertight door.
Hey, yeah, bro. If it ain't a ductor or nothing like that, bro, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with you. But hey, I tell you what, if you want that honesty, I'm giving it to you every time too, bro. I'm not even bullshitting back. I'm not even bullshitting.
You have to, right? You have to. That's how you have it. Like my first ship, my first EOW when I was a second, I would say I was a stronger FC going into EOW because it was the path by which, in a stronger pack. I was a stronger EOW. When I was a second, because I was a sounding and security. I went through everything, engine room operator, all that. So by the time I got the EOW as a junior seller, I could do the whole shit, you know? And maybe not engine room as much because I got out of there quick. So like the lube oil purifiers and all the LODs, the duplex strainers and all that shit, like all that. Yeah. I know for some people, some combat people, I'm sorry, y'all. For the air people that listen, I'm sorry, y'all. We getting sniped kind of heavy here. But, you know, I could do all that. then, but maybe not some of that operator shit, but any aux room shit, I could do it. So by the time I got up to EOW, I knew all that shit. When I got to the Destroyer, it's a little different because it's like, yo, you a chief, and the expectation is that you just get EOW, right? From the gate. And it's, you could walk around with the HTC or the DCC or whatever, but they, honestly, man, I never had experience where I felt like they take that all too serious. Like, yeah, man, look this over here, man. It's like, yo, like, I really need this training. I don't know shit, man. So I was a weaker EOW on both consoles, right? I got stronger on EPSI throughout time, of course, because it's your pride. It's my rate. Like, I got to be a strong EPSI. But, and because I messed up on EPSI before, like really bad, I took down some of the ship, made the ship go, dog. That was on the Peralta. I made some of the ship go, dog, as an EPSI. So
now hold on, let me go back and clarify some shit. Now I came up ERO and came up like, when I came, I was ERO for like over a year, man. So I was good down there in the spaces,
on
right?
The Peralta, right?
No.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Okay.
So I came up as ERO. He was on the McCain, I think, on the McCain. And I was first class and I was ERO.
Yeah.
And I stayed down there for a while, man. And then when I came up, I got packed like right away because I knew ERO stuff so good, right? So I already knew all these stuff. I knew a lot. So I got packed real quick, man. And I felt like I was really good on the pack, man. I was actually I was one of the drilling packs.
Yeah.
Right, on there. So I knew that stuff as a pack. I know I was saying like EOW being strong and all that, but I knew how to look at the symptoms and things like that. But I want to let the listeners know and everybody know too that get these. It's a difference in like I had this HT1, man. This dude had like 3-4 EOW letters, bro. Like when I say it's a difference, bro, when he was in there and he was standing watch, bro, this dude can come over those consoles, man, and be like, blah, 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 on both consoles. And I'm like, I be asking questions like, bro, how you know all that shit? And bro, he used to talk about he used to be in all these tech manuals and in their manuals all the time. He just learned so much shit. Yep. And I was like, man, it's levels to this shit. I feel like I was a good EI. I feel like I was a good pack. But I'm telling you, it's people out there. It's levels to this shit, bro.
It's like the back of their hand, bro. I'll be like, you go ahead and tell me. Like, hey, look, Chief, look, is this happening? That means this. All right, and I love a good operator. That's probably, in my opinion, that might be the most important watch in engineering. Is your operator.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop nerding out about this engineering shit before people start judging us, man. I'm gonna leave this down limit topic alone because I don't know how to get. It's gonna be a week old anyway by the time we get there. The BBA handbook, volume 3, right? 2 things. It's out.
Yeah,
read it. Right? They my 2 points with that. It's out. Please, everybody, read it. I just shared it. So I got like a text WhatsApp thing with a group of my sellers. I shared them the BBA handbook and I shared them the flyer because the bowling alley that was closed for a little bit is going to be back open. I got more reactions on the bowling alley joint than the BBA handbook. Please read it. It's your career. Boom. Now I want to do 2 things. I want to give a shout out to Fat Chief. And I also want to hate on Fat Chief for a little bit too. What's up, bro? You know it's all love for real. Yo, man, the BBA handbook come out, right? And I don't know how long from BBA handbook coming out to me open up my phone and Fat Chief already got a post up about the BBA handbook. I'm like, yo, man, you got to slow down, man. Like,
and then read it. He didn't read the whole motherfucker already.
But you got my man walking up 75 steps 25 times a day, doing 25 burpees a day on somebody else's workout plan. My man then read the BBA handbook, then posted about the BBA handbook. My man got all the energy in the world, bro. Yeah, slow down, champ. Slow down, man. Like, give us a chance to talk about the BBA handbook, bro. For real,
man. Yeah.
No, shout out to bro, man.
Good shit. Good stuff.
Hit him up soon and get him on here. Real talk though, man. Shout out to Fat Chief, and hopefully we get him on the pod. And I know you got a real name. I'm just using the handle. from IG. But yeah, we should get you on a pod soon so we can have a really good conversation about the career counseling stuff and all of that. And shout out to everybody out there that's making really good, informative content for sailors. We were never primarily for just technical information, just so people can know. What we were doing and always doing was lifestyle. Like lifestyle. This is just the real life of a sailor as they're experiencing time in the Navy in their career. Now, things change. Instructions come out. We want to discuss it. Things happen. We want to discuss it. But we are not the line by line. Here's the technical information and the technical information only podcast. No, we're going to give you our opinion. We're going to tell you how we feel. We're going to roll into wild and crazy theories about it. That's just who we are and who we want to be. So I appreciate variation, and I appreciate people like Fat Chief in the space delivering the black and white in a very, very digestible manner, and people following and being a part of that conversation as well.
Yeah. Shouts out, bro. Doing a great job, man. Keep it up. I like it, man. I like the content, man. That's good. So I do got a couple things, Damo, that I want to run through real quick, man. One, Hall of Fame. Bro, Bill Belichick, not a first ballot Hall of Famer. What the F, bro? Ain't no way in the world, right? I just want to get that out there, man. So I don't want to go too deep into it. I just want to put that out there. What is going on? The dude who won 6 Super Bowls as a head coach and 2 as a freaking coordinator. Come on, man. Let's go. That's crazy. All right.
How many did he win without Brady?
0, did he? I think he won all of them with Brady, right? Yeah. But we talking about first ballot Hall of Famer, bro.
Did he have a winning season without Brady?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that deep. But I don't know if that matters, though. Right? Who developed Brady?
Not him.
What?
God.
What? Well, I mean, oh my God. Well, okay, I get it. You're right. I can't.
Brady won a championship the year he left the Patriots.
Bro, Brady was a freaking 6 or 7 round freaking draft pick, bro. Hey, didn't nobody believe in Brady. Nobody, right?
The good thing Belichick did.
Say it again. Who?
It's a good thing Belichick did. His
belief, right, it did.
His belief should be first ballot.
That's crazy,
I'm just joking too. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, I know. All right, so real quick, what are things, man? Hey, I don't know if the PFA instruction, I don't know it because it's January, but hey, shouts out to everybody in the gyms because man, the gyms are packed. Hey, right now the roads are packed. Everybody out there running. So, hey, shouts out to everybody, man, that's out there putting in that work, man. But I don't know, Damo. You think it's the PFA? You think it's everybody New Year's resolutions, man? I don't know.
But I think the PFA on the base for sure, right? 2 things about that. One thing is the snowstorm recalibrated. Like off the base, the snowstorm recalibrated that shit quick. That might be your New Year's resolution, the snowstorm. I went to the gym this morning. It's back to normal. The snowstorm got them out of there. But and shout out to people that want to do better every year. The other thing about the bases is, I mean, the new instruction for sure, but also we coming off New Year's resolutions come at the greatest of times, right? We coming off of every fucking holiday that you got to eat a lot of food at, right? Except for the ones that happen in July. But so we coming off of all of that. And so now people got to work out. It's some guilt working out in that bitch. It's all that shit. And then also now this new instruction hit, right? The other part about that is though, is it enough gyms for this instruction? Is there enough places to work out on the installation for this instruction, man? Yeah. It's like working out in the office, man. Yo, let's clear some of these desks out. We can't get the gym from 08 to 1600, and those are working hours. Let's clear some of these fucking desks out and start getting it doing jumping jacks, man. I don't know that it's enough. And right now it's cold. So ain't nobody, where I'm at, on the side of the world I'm at, it's cold. So ain't nobody working out every day outside. Yeah. It's like 8 degrees out there, man. You can't do it. So
you're right, bro. You're right, man. I'm thinking about this now, man. And I'm thinking about it on Lemoore, man. All the commands here.
Yeah.
Like, and they wondered, like we started wondering why, like already I went to a meeting with all the CMCs and they were talking about, equipment breaking and people slamming weights and people doing all this shit. And I'm like, parking on dirt, man, they ain't got nowhere to park.
Yeah.
Shit, everybody at the gyms now, man. I think we got to start respecting that a little bit more and say, hey, this shit breaking because it's overused too.
Yeah.
Remember
what they say, Warrior Games? We gonna have to fight it out, man, for gym time, bro.
Yeah.
Get your strongest. We gonna get our strongest, man. Let them fight it out, man. Let's see who could get the 8 o'clock, the 0800 hour.
Yeah. Who gonna get that PRT spot, that space in the gym doing PRT time, man? Like, you got all these commands, you got one gym.
Yeah, that
right?
Like, that used to be a thing. So look at it now. Imagine it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy, man. All right. So one more thing. Well, my two more things. So I was thinking about this, man, because sometimes I be having these, these thoughts, these talking to people, DRBs or whatever. And I just be thinking, man, like, how do you decide if you want to go down the rabbit hole or not on certain things, man? Damo. And before, I know you probably have a better answer than I'm gonna have on this, man. But my whole thought, and I got asked this question, how far I want to go down the rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. And when I get asked this question, the first thing I'm thinking about, man, like I don't feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole, man. First off, I feel like I'm asking the questions that need to be asked, right? I feel like I need to know, because the question I'm asking them pointed, and I'm asking because I don't want a sailor to go through the same thing. Right? That's kind of how I'm going down this rabbit hole, man. Like, it's not a rabbit hole. It's the fact that if a sailor come in here and they got somebody gave them, they bought alcohol from a certain store, or whatever, right? And you underage, I'm going to ask these questions.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
What store, like, or if somebody bought them drinks, I'm going to ask who bought that drink, because I want them in front of me too. I mean, that's not me trying to get more people in trouble. No, that's me fixing a problem.
Yeah.
It's me holding the standard, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, man? How far, like, is it a thought you have, or it's just, you think it's like me, like it's just normal?
I be watching too much. What's the Denzel movie? What's the Denzel movie where he be fighting people? The Equalizer?
Equalizer, yeah.
I be watching too many of those types of movies, because I would be thinking, like, whoever's asking me that question must be at the end of the rabbit hole, bro. Like I'm gonna fight my way until I get to you, bro. Like that's why you asking me, man.
Hey, I ain't never thought about that, though. You might be right, bro. Shit.
It's like you sitting there at the DRB. I was at somebody's XOI before, and I talked about it on a pod, and the XO started going through the rabbit hole, and the person was like, yeah, because like we never did the training. Our LPO told us to fucking just sign a muster sheet, and the XO was like, who's your LPO? He's like, even one with color. And for the sellers, y'all, for anybody listening, y'all had to listen to the full story, because this is not the full. I've spoken on the full story before. It's a little bit more, it was a little bit more complicated than me just telling people sign a muster sheet, but that ain't the purpose of that. So
yeah.
So yo, dude, like I'm a rabbit hole dude, bro. Like that sounds crazy, bro. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I'm now it just sound crazy, bro. I'm glad Aaron ain't here. I'm going down the rabbit hole every time, bro. Like that's the way my brain works, bro. Like I need every piece of it. Like I have to know. Like I said, it take me a long time to learn shit. I really like to simplify shit. So I like to break shit down until parade rest till I got it. So in understanding that, I might understand it. Now, some of this shit is also like, yo, this is an open and shut case. You just dealt with an underage drinking. I sound like it. I had an underage drinking thing, and two different ends of the spectrum. But yes, where'd you get it from? Did they card you? Like what the fuck? Like, and then after that, hey, detective such and such. It's a place at such and such place that's serving alcohol to underage people. Like, go holler at them. Whatever. Work your magic there. Like, those are things that have to happen. So I don't consider that rabbit hole shit. I consider that trying to change, like you said, trying to like change a culture, bro. We not just only worrying about this one thing where it's obviously something else. Like, were people there? Did people see you drinking? Did they say anything? Did they, and then again, it gets back to that person. Yeah, well, Chief Moore came around. You like, motherfucker, you the one who told me not to go down the rabbit hole. That's because you at the end of this mind. Now, and other things I don't, bro. I don't do, like, when it comes to, like, sometimes when it comes to, like, people's health, I don't.
Yeah.
And then I get asked questions. They're like, well, what was the surgery for? And I'll be like, yo, I ain't asked, man. Like, I know they getting surgery, like, I didn't.
That's
like,
it.
so it's certain things where even, like, certain legal things, it's like, hey, well, what's the deal with the, like, I ain't get the court doc shit. But, and I realize how much, especially at the command I'm at now, and it's like, where I'm at now, like, the transparency of, like, the daily lives of these cells, it just seemed like it's way more transparent than anywhere else I've been. Like, the expectation of what you need to know about, like, these sellers, it's more than anywhere else. So sometimes I always got to keep getting stock reminders, like, oh shit, let me make sure I ask this question and make sure I ask this question. Because when I talk to Skipper, he's going to ask this question. But that command was so used to having, like, all the information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a little different. You know what I mean? So, but, and I think me coming there changes things a little bit, because it's things I don't care to go into the rabbit hole about. It's just things I don't care to do it about. So it just depends. But at DRB, at DRB, put your gear on, man. Put your spelunking gear on, whatever we going into the rabbit hole. Let's go.
We going in, man. Going in.
For sure.
All right. That's my last one, Damo. Last thing, man. And I think this comes from Damo of me thinking about leadership stuff so much now, man. Like, reading about it or whatever, looking at videos, YouTube, and I'm one of those guys now, man. Like, how can I get an edge up on leadership stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so when someone says something, sometimes I just think about it for a minute, right? And I'll be like, oh, okay, that made sense, but do it really make sense? And one of them is about the saying that I can lead a horse to water, but I cannot make them drink, right? That saying, and everybody say, I didn't say it a million times, right? I didn't say it a lot, right? But then when I break that down and think about it, and the first thing I thought about was you, Damo. That's crazy, right? When somebody brought this up, I thought about you, and when you was back on Peralta and you had about 5 electricians, right? 4 or 5 electricians. I thought about, if you in a big ass work center and you got all these people, you make and say that. You make and say a saying like that. But when you got 4 or 5 people working for you, no, you got to come up with a better saying. You can't say, I cannot make them drink, because you need every sailor, right? I need everybody to be on the same wavelength. I need everybody to come to the table and want to get this stuff done. I can't leave them. I can't say, I want everybody to get qual, but if they don't want to get qual, and nothing else I can do. Nah, I don't need that. I need you to come up with something else. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at, bro. I'm thinking at it as like, the saying may work for some. It don't work nowhere for me. Put it like that. Let me get that straight. It works nowhere for me because I'm trying to make it. But reality, some sailors just don't want to do shit sometimes, right? I'm not doing that. But then you got to, use the might of the Navy and every tool in your toolbox and every experience you got to try your best to bring that sailor up, right? To not make them drink is, I don't know. What you think about that saying?
I like it. I like the saying. I feel like we do a lot of protection as chiefs in our divisions. So even like with the Peralta per se, it's things, even as you being a good friend of mine, it's things you didn't see. It's things you might have known or things you might have had an inkling of, but it's things you don't see sometimes. And in some ways, it's a lot of mentorship, right? A lot of like digging your fingers into the ground and the dirt and the sand and like trying to pull somebody on board. And sometimes you don't see it while you're there, right? We talked about this 2 weeks ago. Sometimes you don't see it while you're there, you see it later, But it was a point of time on a Peralta where I was the works in the soup, bro. I think you were still there at that time.
I was there. Yeah, I remember.
I was the works in the soup. I probably was the best works in the soup in the department for them 5 weeks. However long I was works in the soup, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But it was a point in time when I was the works in the soup. That was because I couldn't make a horse drink. You know what I mean? Like, that was because of that. But then we get into this, we also get, and you learning, right? I'm learning leadership. That's my first chief tour. We get into this thing where we also trying to protect our division, protect our people. Like, you just trying to like pull at so much shit at the same time that like you don't think about some of the other things, right? So I don't mind that term, bro. I could go down a rabbit hole in that Peralta thing. But I don't mind that term. You could lead a horse to, because Dad, making them drink, bro, you drowning them, bro. like you sticking their head in the dam. What would you be doing, David? Like, yo, motherfucker, you gonna drink, bro? Like you go. Yo, all right, we here.
Hey.
I'm gonna give you one more time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give you 2 seconds if you don't put your mouth into that water right now.
Yeah.
I'm I head down
Damo, I think what I'm trying to go to is, man, is like, I think also, man, is like, if they're not drinking, we got to move on. I guess that's where I'm trying to go with it, right? If they're not drinking.
Well, you still didn't make them drink. And that's true. That's true. That's the for the quote. That's me being in works in the soup for 3 weeks, right? Like, all right, fuck it. I do. That's, and some people might. What's up?
But I'm gonna go back to your works in a soup point.
Yeah.
I also think I think you doing that, you was proving one point that it could be done, right? And I think you did it at a high level. I remember all this. I remember all this stuff. So for one, you proving the point. And 2, I'm not above this. Yeah. And 3, I'm giving you guys an example on what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And what I need from you guys. So it was some points that you was making, even though you shouldn't been doing it. Yeah. But I feel like you was making a whole lot of points by doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot all that too. You remember more than me about that. But and then at some point, you didn't make somebody drink. They chose to drink, right? My thought process is like, you should feel bad about this. Like, you should be thinking about this and being like, fuck,
Yeah.
And, maybe it's so much animosity there that you don't for a little bit, but at some point you should, right? And you try to have enough pride every day that your sellers, no matter how they feel at the time, you try to instill enough pride in them about the job in the Navy that they do eventually be like, this fucked up. My chief is doing works in the soup shit. Day 1, day 2, they may be like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like,
yeah.
Tell me what checks I got. You took some weight off my shoulders, shit. By the end of week 1, it should be like, damn, I'm really like, I feel like shit out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other first classes see it, other second classes. This is depending on, who it is. But and to keep into the line of that quote, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't. I agree with it. Because at the end of it, you got to wash your hands, bro, and walk away. And the difference between the Navy and the civilian world, and I think it's a bad difference for the people in the Navy that's listening, in the civilian world, you could do it a lot easier. When 50 was talking about like, when 50 was talking about like leadership and power, in his book, he fired Bangham Smurf. Hey, for the admirals listening, talk about Bangham Smurf, man. This is a throwback episode. This is me and Damon here, man. But 50 was talking about, he had to let Bangham go, bro. You know what I mean? And when I was reading the book about the Bangham Smurf shit, I'm like, yo, I didn't got the initial red flag multiple times from people. And the most I could probably do is write them up for it,
Yeah.
I can't just be like, yo, you're done. You know what I mean? 50 was able to do that shit like this. Hey, Bangham, I can't rock with you no more, Bangham.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think that that's a weakness that we have as an organization. We can't cut out the bad apples are bad seeds. It's processes, and the shit poisons the damn work center or whatever for X amount of time until you get it done.
Yeah.
Even if you send somebody TAD, you know, yeah, my bullshit ass division, my dumb ass cheat. Like they in the B-way talk about you there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So and I know, and that's another rabbit hole that we could go down, bro. I got one thing before we leave though, man. Maybe two, but maybe one.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to, and when we did this when we first started, and I feel nostalgic because it's just me and Damon. We used to give shout outs to like programs and policies that we thought was dope, or old programs that we thought was cool. I want to give a shout out to the DITS program, bro. And since we being nostalgic and we talking about Peralta times and shit like that, my first DITS on a Peralta, the shit was bad, bro. And I was brand new. I just got there. And Tom O'Brien's division is ahead of mine. And, you know, they doing a debrief and they numbers high. They got high, crazy numbers. I'm like, damn, that's impressive, you know? Tom a go-getter anyway. Tom on them dudes. So you got, and the reason why I like this, so you got the people that went through, right? You're in the debrief. Then you got like all the program managers and then the triad or whatever, right? So it's just a lot of people there, a lot of eyes on your division.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything. It's every aspect of your division. So Tom and them get done. They killed it. So now I go through this. I go to debrief. And now I'm in there, I think like A-Gang in there behind me because they coming up next or whatever. My diss was trash. You know what I mean? And it's like my first, like, I think couple weeks or months on board, my diss was horrible, bro. And for me, though, it motivated me to like never, ever have another diss like that again. And then the history that got made after that. I think
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's straight after that. Like, but it's like before then, bro. But that's why I think this is so important because, like, I'm at a command that don't have dits, right? And it's like, dits would answer a lot of these like things that seem impossible, or at least give you a pulse check on these things. Medical in your department, right? Training in your department, dinks in your department, like all of the things that like need to get managed and handled, DITS does, So we got like these meetings we were doing before I got there. We changing them in a way that kind of mirror DITS, but it's not DITS. And then we also go into like space walkthroughs too, in a separate program, right? But DITS is just that all-inclusive post check of your division, bro. And I like it. I think it's necessary. I think it's one of the better programs in the Navy.
Yeah, I do too, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, like right now, where I'm at right now, I'm just now implementing like I call it right now. I sent out quad slides to everybody, right? So all the programs. But you know what else I said in this email about quad slides? And everybody updating all these programs that I put in there. Like I put these programs in there and say I want all these updated. But I told them this is fluid, right? Next time we do this, I may add about 5 more things on there, right? Mm-hmm. And my plan is to get it almost like a DITS demo. Like it's gonna end up mirroring something like that because DITS, like you said, man, DITS does so many things. And I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing it does, man, is get you in front of the CO, the XO, and the CMC when you don't want to look like shit in front of the CO, XO, and CMC. So I'm gonna do what I need to do, right? To make sure I'm squared away, right? Because in front of them, you got other people that's checking your shit, putting yourself on the board. That's the value about it, bro. Is because now this right here is the most important thing about this, is that everybody that owns the program goes through your work center. Yeah. It's not you. It's not you going through it and putting all this great gravy shit in there that sounds so great. It's somebody else that's going through there that's writing down facts.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's the important thing about it, man. And then I want to say this. I think you shouldn't get upset about it. I think you shouldn't get mad at whoever checked it. Because now this is giving you a snapshot. This is giving you an overview on the stuff that you are slipping on as a leader.
Yeah.
You're slipping on. So now I got an outside person coming in. That's why I always like when ATG came on board. I always like when somebody else came on board because now they get a look at me and now I can go back and fix me. right?
Yeah.
So I never had a problem with that. I didn't want to fail, of course, right? But I never had a problem with nobody coming on to see how we do business, right? But I think that's what the DIS program does, man. And Division in the Spotlight, or Division in the Spotlight, is because it put a light on things that you may not be thinking about. You may be driven. You may be going there. You thinking about, I can say, for example, if I'm thinking right now, I could be thinking about the inspection that's coming up in 3 months.
Yeah.
But I just forgot about all these sailors that need to go to dental, medical, or whatever it is to be, man. Yeah. So let's put a light on all that, man. So I'm here to tell you, I love it too, bro. He's right. This is one of the most important programs it is. And we probably need to do a deeper dive into it too, man. Like with other people to let other thoughts about it, man, because I love it.
Yeah. I like this. Hey, man, be honest with y'all, man. Damon having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, real bad.
We'd have been in and out about 16 times, y'all. So
man.
Probably gonna get him out of here.
Yeah. Hey, it's all because I did a lot of moving around, man. I did a lot of moving. I'm trying to get my stuff set up a little way, so I'm looking more professional.
Yeah, so he won't be. He won't be. What Aaron say? Big face records.
Yeah,
he won't be big face records, man. Like we gotta be lined up, man. This felt good. This felt really good, man. It's like I honestly, I told Damon before we started, I ain't really want a pod, and I know y'all caught my energy in the beginning. If anybody's still listening at this point, but it felt good to just sit here with Damon and like we found ourselves talking about shit from years ago. We didn't, from when we started the pod, honestly. So it just felt real nostalgic, man. You know, all those errands and all those t-shirts. It's like, no, shout out to them. I love them. Hey, peace out. Sorry if this feels abrupt, but too many technical difficulties, man. David.
Yeah, Mississippi stand up. We out of here, man. Oh my goodness, man.